Thank you for watching part 2 of the Outer Worlds 2 playthrough. We're about to enter this town for the first time. I think it's called Fairview? Fair... something. Something. Just walk into someone else's house like it's nothing. So you've just been liberated. What now? Auntie wants to help you acclimate to your wondrous new freedom. Confused by too many new choices? Here's a handy list of strategies to help you make sense of it all, thoughtfully curated with you in mind. Only buy Auntie's products. Bits spent on our goods are returned to your pocket as your salary. It's the free market in action. Empower yourself with the latest AC products. Use new ones generously and throw away the old ones. You deserve only the best. You don't have to work for Auntie to enjoy her products, but it helps. Sell your stock to anyone with the bits to pay, and be sure to remind them how good you have it with Auntie's choice. Support mankind's future prosperity. Persuade others to join our cause. Strangers are just customers you haven't met. Be a dynamic individual, skipping break time to enhance your profits. Persevere through any illness or hardship. You're worth it. Be efficient. Use your newfound freedoms to ensure your destiny is filled with all the goodness bits you can buy. Remember, anytime you are not shopping is time you could be shipping. Reach your full intention. Nope, sorry, I messed up. Reach your full potential today with Auntie's Choice. Whoa, Valerie. Stop standing so close to me. What the hell is this place?
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here. Definitely not in excruciating pain.
We are currently experiencing longer than normal waiting times. For expedited treatment, please file medical forms 49F, 87B, 93D, and 107C with the front desk.
Okay. Don't know what that means. Oh, not stealing, no. You alright there, bro?
Don't mean to sound unsociable, but you might not want to stand so close. The bleeding ain't contagious, but it ain't slowed much neither. I hate to bleed all over you. Wouldn't mind conversating a bit, though. Anything to take my mind off the pain. Oh, it stings.
Alright. You know, Valerie, is there anything you could do to help out our friend here?
This unit is not permitted to operate within corporate-owned medical facilities without said corporation's consent. Non-legally binding reassurances, however, may be offered.
Reassurances, you say? Like what?
Deploying reassurance. Do not worry. You will be fine.
I guess that's something. Look at me, drawing comfort from a drone after being attacked by one. Funny world, ain't it?
Yeah, what happened to you?
I was on sentry duty, bravely surveying our perimeter for threats, when a protectorate drone attacked out of nowhere. Third time in as many days. I returned fire like it was a cereal. Bang, bang, bang! Pew, pew, pew! Oh, not excessively, of course. Don't want Auntie taking that extra ammunition out of my paycheck. Again, it was all going fine until the damn thing blasts me while I'm reloading. Mighty uncourteous, you ask me.
How'd you survive?
Trooper Faulkner happened upon the scene just then and dispatched the drone before it could finish me off. No idea where these drones are coming from, but Faulkner's been having a time of it lately. Be nice if someone helped out, but Carr's hands are tied. Lack of resources, I guess? As for the rest of these fine folk, they were attacked by Protectorate while defending the forward operating base. Imagine the base is probably hurting for warm bodies just now.
Tell me more about this forward operating base.
Only one of the most lucrative posts a soldier could be assigned to. Hazard pay through the roof. The FOB's our main line of defense. The only thing stopping the Protectorate from sending their legions over that bridge of theirs and attacking us here in Fairfield. The man in charge, Commander Torres, is a legend. Rumor has it his troopers are relentless, fighting through wounds that would kill most. What I wouldn't give to join his outfit.
You know, it sounds like a quick way to distinguish yourself. Why don't you just, volunteer?
Now there's an idea might be worth considering. They do say the quickest way to a promotion is by climbing over other bodies. It's all a moot point till I can get this arm of mine mended. Poor Doc Barnes is working himself to the bone trying to take care of us, but he's only one man. I suppose it could be worse. At least Command's not throwing us at that relay station. Can't imagine the casualties he'd be dealing with then, given all its defenses.
So, between the Protectorate attacks and rogue drones, what's going on? Nope. Sorry, dude. It's been a long day. Let me start over with that question. So, between Protectorate attacks and rogue drones, what's going right around here?
Well, Cole's got the saloon up and running now. World always shines a little brighter after a few swigs of Spectrum.
Do you want me to take a look at your arm there, buddy?
I don't know. You some kind of doctor type?
No, but I play one on TV. Just kidding. I am indeed trained in anatomical scrutiny and bodily dissection.
Wow, those must be some advanced courses because I've never even heard of them. Well, all right then. Just hope you're not squeamish.
Ooh, had a buddy back in lockup earn a wound just like this after a failed jailbreak.
What happened to him?
He turned out just fine. Went to a nice farm somewhere after he got out.
Oh, good. For a moment there, I thought you were going to tell me he cashed in all his bits.
No.
Well, thanks for the story. I'm feeling better already. Spiritually speaking, that is. Arm's still screaming.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't be of more help, dude.
Don't sweat it none. Auntie's Choice advocates for self-reliability anyway. Can't go around expecting other people to solve my problems for me, right?
Right. But wait, you're here to see the doctor. Isn't that, letting someone else solve the problem?
No, I'll be paying him for a service. I'm supporting the local economy, you see. Anyway, thanks for stopping to chat. The other troopers here ain't exactly chatty types. Maybe on account of the blood loss?
Yeah, maybe.
Schedule an appointment if you need to talk to me.
All right.
I must ask you to hold still.
My liver ain't the lily kind. Tell it to me straight, Doc.
The bullet shattered your tibia and all but demolished your gastrocnemius muscle. Due to the risk of infection, I have to abscise your leg. There is good news, however. I recently enrolled in a course on advanced amputation techniques, so I'll be seeing a positive return on my investment sooner than expected.
Whew. Amputation does seem a little, extreme.
Yeah, Doc. Is this really necessary? Kind of need my leg. For getting around and such.
I don't have time to argue about this. I have other patients waiting. If you're disinclined to live, leave. Otherwise, we need to get you prepped for the procedure.
Say, how sore are my pockets gonna be after all this, Doc? Don't suppose there's a discount for only taking a portion of the leg?
I'm not running a charity. If you desire full treatment, you'll pay full cost. If that's a problem, seek compensation from your commanding officer.
Oh, I could help cover some of the costs, I think.
A kind, if naive offer. Unless you have thousands of bits to burn, any amount you could provide would be a drop in the tank at best. My services do not come cheaply.
This is a mighty big decision, Doc. Can I have a moment to noodle on it?
I don't encourage delays, but very well. It'll take a few minutes for me to warm up the saw anyway.
You've got a full crowd in your waiting room there, Doc. Is there a way to speed things up?
Short of you skipping back in time and ordering the coagulant I need, I doubt anything can be done to accelerate the timetable for treating these soldiers.
Fair enough. But couldn't you make a coagulant yourself? There's a chem set right there.
I am a doctor, not a magician. I cannot manufacture coagulant from the aether, neither do I possess the special training to improvise with what supplies I have on hand. Now, was there anything else?
I'd like to see your medical supplies if you can show me.
Pharmaceuticals, bandages, tinctures. It's all here.
Okay. What is this? Heals 200 instantly, increasing up to 2 times that amount the closer you are to death. Okay. Coagulare mushroom, an uncommon material. I don't have a lot of credits. Trauma kit. When you are downed, a trauma kit may be consumed by a companion to immediately return you to action. Yeah, let's do that. You don't have an inhaler. That's weird. F it, I'll take another one of these. And I can sell you... How about some Krabby Patties? And some Borst loaf. Okay. Actually, hold on. I have a couple more questions.
Take this admonishment with all the professional affection a physician can legally administer. In future, you might consider moving away from bullets instead of into them.
But without my leg, how am I going to climb the ranks?
Literally, probably not very dexterously. Metaphorically, well, that depends on your own initiative, doesn't it?
Look, it would suck to, you know, lose your leg. But wouldn't it be worse if you died?
Excuse me, I'm in the middle of a private consultation.
Say, how sore are my pockets going to be after all this talk?
Oh, we've already had this
Don't
conversation.
suppose there's a discount for only taking a portion of the leg?
I'm not running a charity. If you desire full treatment, you'll pay full cost. If that's a problem, seek compensation from your commanding officer.
I have a question though, Doc. What if she can't afford the cost of treatment and isn't recompensated? What happens then?
Well then, she should have thought about that before getting shot.
This is a mighty big decision, Doc. Can I have a moment to noodle on it?
I don't encourage delays, but very well. It'll take a few minutes for me to warm up the saw anyway.
I don't suppose I could borrow that bone saw, Doc. You know, for like important reasons.
Sweet merciful law, as if I haven't enough to contend with than some would-be resurrectionist coming around. What's next, a giant station falling out of the sky to crush us all? In case it isn't apparent, I'm having what might be called a day. A whole platoon of soldiers decided to get themselves all shot up defending the forward operating base. And then there's Erickson. Something happened with a drone. I don't know. You'd be better off speaking with him about it.
I spoke with Erickson. He indicated you could use some help.
Oh, good lad. But he's mistaken. It's not more hands I need, but resources. Short of you skipping back in time and ordering the coagulant I need, I doubt anything can be done to accelerate the timetable for treating these soldiers.
Look, Doc, I don't mean to, give you a lot of shit here. But what I'm hearing is a lot of complaining. Okay? Shouldn't you be coming up with, I don't know, solutions?
I am a doctor, not a magician. I cannot manufacture coagulant from the aether, neither do I possess the special training to improvise with what supplies I have on hand. Now, was there anything else?
Yeah. One more question. I see Auntie's choice here. but do you actually get many ex-protectorate coming in for treatment?
Some. Most still tout the all-healing nature of protectorate medicine. But despite that, they're surprisingly amenable to accepting treatment.
They ain't grown up with the right to dissent. Probably wouldn't even occur to them to turn down poison if you told them to take it.
Good thing I don't prescribe poison then. Normally. In truth, I expected more resistance given the sudden transition. But I'm not one to complain of a headache I don't have.
Okay. Thanks for all the info and lack thereof. This gizmo looks really complicated and probably expensive. You can't tell much from looking at it, but most of the vials are pretty empty of materials. I don't want to steal medical supplies when there's gunshot victims. What the hell are these supposed to be? Are these urinals? I guess so. Interesting.
Being this close to DeVries, feels like we're finally on track to set the universe aright. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about this merger between Auntie Cleo's and Spacer's Choice.
It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Auntie Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out.
Okay. Can I ask you some personal questions?
Oh yeah? What's needling you?
Do you ever regret becoming an Earth Directorate agent?
I could ask you the same thing.
You know, some days, yeah, it's not an easy life.
Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd gone back to my old life instead of becoming an agent. Stayed on Triangulum, become an engineer or something near to it. I knew joining up with the Earth Directorate wasn't going to be a life of blue turbulence, but at least it'd have dignity and purpose to it.
Do you still believe that?
Not much dignity in having your limbs blown off. Sorry, that was blunt.
No, it's fine. You don't have to apologize.
I just get tired of talking around it, you know? But back to your initial question. Do I regret becoming an agent? Yeah, some days. But then there's days like the one when I found you, and... well, not much to regret there. Only thing I know for sure is my opinion today is colored by more than just the rosy tint of a low-run kid looking up at the stars. Life's not fair, but it keeps on.
Yeah, you can't be let down if you never get your hopes up.
Ain't that the truth?
There's something else I want to talk about.
I've got time.
Actually, never mind. What about you, Valerie?
Injuries detected. Please seek medical assistance prior to loss of consciousness. How may this unit assist you, Commander?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Presenting the Valerie unit. The latest and greatest in a line of Earth Directorate support automechanicals. All you could want in a squad mate at half the cost. The Valerie unit is the exclusive property of the Earth Directorate and is not intended for civilian or commercial use. Resale of this unit is strictly prohibited.
And what is your view of our mission?
Searching mission parameters. 1 moment. Searching. Error. Unable to find current mission parameters. Defaulting to last known objectives. Goal. Infiltrate Horizon Point Station and retrieve data pertaining to skip drives and rifts.
You'll have to pardon Val, Commander. She gets confused sometimes. The logic unit can't always keep up. I keep tinkering with her assembly, but no dice.
If you reconfigure her retention fitters, that might improve her reminiscence protocol.
I already tried that. Oh, I'm impressed by the suggestion. You know your stuff, Commander.
Do you have any other queries, Commander?
Yeah. How much weight do you think you could carry? It's just a fun hypothetical.
Attempting to ride this unit in order to replicate the experience of flight is strongly discouraged.
I was only referring to your bearing capacity, Val.
This unit can support up to 100 pounds of weight while still remaining airborne, and is not ideal for body transportation or disposal. Do you have any other queries, Commander?
What does Valerie stand for?
Vitality augmentation, logistics evaluation, reconnaissance, and information extraction unit.
That's a mouthful.
Do you have any other queries, Commander?
Judging by your appearance, you've been in operation for a long time. Tell me some of the highlights of your history.
This unit was first deployed on a mission to Redacted more than 10 years ago and was primarily credited for that operation's success. Other highlights include the triumph at Redacted, the rescue of Redacted, and the first successful execution of the Stanfield maneuver in zero gravity.
What's the Stanfield maneuver?
Detailed instructions on how to perform the Stanfield maneuver are proprietary to the Earth Directorate and strictly confidential.
Niles, do you know what she's talking about?
Never scored myself the clearance to learn it for fact. But best as I can tell, it's a complex EVA involving a drone and an agent shot up with enough adrenal to wake the dead.
Attempts at the Stanfield maneuver, as proposed by theorist Marion Stanfield, has resulted in multiple deaths, mutilations, and maimings, leading to a ban shortly after discovery. Do you have any other queries, Commander?
Nah, that's it for now.
Sorry, jawing with out-of-towners is top of my not to-do list.
Fair enough.
Keep your petty skepticism. I'll pay my tab in no time. You'll see. Mark my words, when my deal comes through, I'll have enough bits to own this place.
Our target audience here is people who want to forget their worries, and sometimes their names. Welcome to the Name-Pending Saloon, purveyor of spirits and stimuli. What'll it be, stranger?
I'm looking for some information. Do you happen to have any?
Why, sure. You'd be surprised how much loose talk and idle speculation occurs around here. What, between the Protectorate defectors, finally able to speak their minds, and all our off-duty Antes employees carping about work and the war. Any particular topic you have in mind?
Yeah. How about... What can you tell me about the people who are running this shit show town?
Oh, Minister Milverstreet's blessed with the gift of gab. Swear he could sell bypass shunts to a Raptidon. Ain't one of them falsely magniloquent types, though. Sincere fella. Shares command of Fairfield with Acquisitions Officer Carr. She's blunt and murderous. Two traits Auntie's Choice highly prizes in a commander of corporate forces. To say they have differing approaches to leadership is like saying, gee, suns are hot, whilst being incinerated in a solar eruption.
Haha. And who's in charge up at Vox Relay?
Vox Station's run by a brigadier by the name of Montelli. Sounds like he's as much a danger to his own troops as ours. Real piece of work, even by Protectorate standards. Reportedly enamored of show trials and summary executions.
Okay. Is there any word about the situation up north? Like anything, if I was heading up there, I should probably avoid?
Tell you one thing you can't avoid. The bridge. No other way around it, and at present, it's held by Protectorate forces. We have a small contingent of troops bivouacked nearby. Forward Operating Base, they call it.
All right. And what's your opinion on how Auntie Cleo and Spacer's Choice became one company?
You're asking me for the particulars of a high-level corporate acquisition. Like, An in-depth accounting of the various parties who vied for control and who won out in the end. They
Yeah.
merged. Rebranded. Auntie Cleo seems in charge now. Dunno. Do my best to steer clear of corporate intrigue.
That's fair. Look, I admit I had a lot of questions, but you did give me a lot of info, so I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Got anything for me in return?
Yeah. So, keep this to yourself, but all Aetherwave serials are true stories based on classified Earth Directorate files.
No. All of them? You mean the critters from Plague of the Mind parasites are real? Oh, gracious. Sure glad there ain't no inside-out monsters or they're like around these parts.
You ever seen the one where the two fixers give a beatdown to that rabid primal? That was us.
Yeah, let's consider that one our little secret. We spread that too freely, people here might just plumb succumb to terror.
What about this saloon, the name Pending Saloon? Isn't that what you called it? Why haven't you named it yet?
That is an ensuing step on my 19-point business plan. Trying to find a name that would convince patrons to spend their hard-earned bits here. Like to hear a few contenders?
Yeah.
At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler, 2. Accessories, 3. Absinthe-Minded, 4. The Fair Shake. Now tell me, which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here?
Ooh, that's a very good question. I like absinthe-minded.
Well, that's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing. I can now check off step 18 of my business plan.
Tell me truthfully, you don't really have a 19-point plan, do you?
Shh, not so loud. Look, operating a new location sure ain't easy. Swear I get blamed for anything going wrong, whether it's my fault or some foul up from the local head office. But the nice thing about Fairfield, if you sound like you got some know-how, people believe just about any bit of hooey or bunkum you declare.
Okay. Could I see your drinks?
Reckon so. Here's what we've got.
What is this? Try that biomass canister. Hold to sell junk. That's what I should do. Thanks for your time. Not going to steal from her no-name saloon.
Might be one of my copious direct reports. Rest assured, I'm making adequate progress in my manual labors. Time for another performance review already. Apologies, I'm still applying the required elbow grease to scour these surfaces, just like a novice facility sanitizer should.
Everything looks clean to me, so I guess you're doing a good job.
Many thanks for the validation. I don't suppose you can spread the word of my competency. I desperately seek to avoid yet another demotion. This meritocratic society is still so foreign. The workplace skullduggery, the prioritizing of self over community, the excessively colorful nutrition.
Why do you keep getting demoted?
I fear I'm not cut out for this canid, eat canid lifestyle. Seems the only way to flourish is through general underhandedness and ruthless efficiency. Never picked up those skills in my 50 years as Fairfield's drone operator. Pity they didn't keep me on there. I was quite skilled at it.
I mean, look. This meritocracy of theirs isn't perfect, but it's probably the fairest shake you'll get.
Well, you're right. I wanted change. Whole reason I left the Protectorate in the first place. No sense complaining about the means now.
All right. Well, thanks. can't talk to this lady, I guess. That's fine.
Never catch a break. Finally find a way to get ahead, and this happens.
You want freedom of choice.
How you doing, man?
Swear, I almost had it this time. Everything all lined up. Easy mark, guaranteed moneymaker, favorable terms. Practically the recipe for success. Look like you've had your share of troubles. Ever had the perfect opportunity just slip through your fingers?
Yeah, so my last mission left a rift in space and cast me floating adrift in the void for a decade. So yeah, I'd say so.
So you can understand my situation then. I had just the thing to get me a fast-track promotion to lower middle management. Now you seem like someone who knows a good deal and wouldn't be adverse to helping me out.
Yeah, and what do you need help with?
It's like this. I agreed to meet with a business associate to finalize a deal, but the location got set for Spire Grove. Problem is, you been outside of Fairfield? The funicular to Spire Grove broke recently, so I got no way to get up there. I'd break my neck scaling that cliff for sure. There's a long way around, but it's not for me. Why, the path there might be lousy with raptidons for all I know. It wasn't before, but mayhap they were just lulling me into a false sense of complacency so they can strike.
What's the Spire Grove you're talking about? What's up there?
While exploring facilities to the north, my partner unearthed a heretofore unexploited advanced protectorate technology. Couldn't or wouldn't go into details, but he promised every household would want one, that it'd revolutionize the daily life of Auntie's Choice citizens.
And what would you do with it if you had it? Sell it?
I lay my hands on something like that, turn it over to management. I'd start climbing the rungs of the corporate ladder right quick. Soon, I'd have all the considerable perks of someone responsible for a hit new product line. Bigger salary, name recognition, reserved seating in the company restroom, the works.
Sounds to me like you're in a bit of a bind. We could probably work out some solution.
Opportunistically leveraging difficult predicaments. That's the Auntie's Choice way.
Yeah.
I have a few bits I can offer you. Not much, but if it turns out a roaring success like it ought to, and I get a fat promotion, I promise I'll see you're taken care of later.
That sounds fair.
Splendid. Go parlay with Jackson Plum up at Spire Grove. It's some kind of agricultural harvesting encampment southwest of here, near a mess of them rocky spires. He'll provide the agreed-upon schematics.
All right, what's the fastest way to get there?
Well, the broke-down funicular is due west of here. Dexterous-looking so-and-so like yourself could probably scarper up it in a jiffy. From there, it's just up the hill a smidge. So close, but so far away. At least for me, anyhow.
And tell me what these schematics are for.
Truth is, haven't the slightest. You know the Protectorate have all the most advanced technology, though. Probably something straight out of an Aetherwave serial. Edible spacesuits, N-ray specs, matter translocation. It could be anything. If Jackson's all fired up about it, it'll be beyond comprehension, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll take care of it in a bit.
All right, then. Don't let me keep you.
I won't. I definitely need some ammo.
They must be storing something good in there.
Yeah, guns, armor, probably some ammunition too. Honestly, Kemp ain't that much of a mystery.
Leave me be. I have no interest in dealing with the machinations of you dark marketers today.
What?
Have you two come to mock me like your fellow dullards? Perhaps if you rub together your only 2 brain cells, you might even come up with something approaching cutting. No. Wait. You're not some corporate simpleton, are you? On the contrary, you have the manner of an officer about you. Someone who understands the substantive weight of command.
Before I respond to your questions, has anyone ever told you that you look like Kurt Russell in 1992? No. Was it 93? 1993's Tombstone? Because you look exactly like him. Anyway, who are you?
Please, allow me to start over. I am Warden Sterling, dedicated servant of the Protector of Arcadia and caretaker of worlds, the Sovereign Henry Varick.
Well, I don't give my name out to prisoners, but it's nice to meet you, Warden.
Manners. How refreshing.
And you said Warden, right? Warden Sterling? Explain to me, if you're a warden, why are you inside the cell?
I'm not that kind of warden. It's a title of distinction for those who serve in the Protectorate military, short for Warden of the Realm.
And you wouldn't happen to know of a way to get into the armory, would you?
And if I did?
Better I get whatever's inside that armory than the people who imprisoned you, right?
What a strange argument. Obviously, I would prefer the contents of the armory remain with the Protectorate, but circumstances being what they are, perhaps you're right. We need more privacy before continuing this conversation. Go to the back of the building, and I shall meet you at the window of my cell.
Okay, you can rely on me to be the very spirit of discretion.
I'll be waiting.
You're thinking too small, Murph. I'd put money on the Protectorate stashing treasure inside. A whole pool of bits enough to swim in.
It's a constabulary, not a bank. And certainly not some kind of gold-filled swimming hole. Besides, these Protectorate lack imagination. Never had an original thought wasn't written down for them first. Like I told you before, it's probably just guns.
Is the door giving you guys a little bit of trouble?
We've tried everything short of skipping a ship through that door to get inside. Though, come to think of it, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
I mean, sure, if you don't mind taking out all of Fairfield at the same time.
I'd love to see the quartermaster's face after turning her lamps onto that requisition request.
Fine. Skip drives out. Say, maybe we could commandeer one of them tractors out in the field instead. Bet that could plow through the door.
Why is it so important that you guys get into the armory anyway?
In case you haven't noticed, we're in the middle of a war. And hard to say whether we're winning or not. Better question is why no one else is treating this like a top priority.
Is the situation with the Protectorate that dire?
In any siege, advantage goes to the defenders. Right now, the Protectorate still has control of the bridge to the Vox station. That station is the key to taking Paradise Island. When Officer Carr ever gets the go-ahead, we need to be ready.
Meaning the Protectorate can attack you, but you can't attack them, not directly. That's what you're saying, right?
Right. With all our new trainees, we've got the numbers. But bodies won't mean diddly without the weapons and equipment hopefully inside that armory.
If there are any weapons at all, I still say it's treasure. This is Eden after all.
You've made your case, Cap. I'm more interested in hearing the opinion of our new friend here. What do you suppose is in there?
I mean, I would say weapons and armor, you know? Armory stuff.
Don't that strike you as a touch simple? And anyway, why would the Protectorate lock up everything they'd need to fight back? Unless they were trying to keep it from an invading force. Saying it aloud's altered my opinion somewhat. Fine. It's possible. I'll grant you.
I don't see it mattering much either way. That door is sealed tighter than a salt tuna can. Nobody's getting through anytime soon.
Well, a unique challenge requires a unique solution.
You sound like you've got something percolating.
I mean, I could solve this, of course, but I have other matters that need my attention, unfortunately.
Wish I had that excuse.
Guess we gotta start afresh. Can we untable that tractor meets store idea now?
Compliance investigations notations. Void be damned, it's not as if running a side hustle inside of Auntie's Choice is complicated. It only requires exercising the tiniest bit of discretion and getting your dirty work done where people can pretend they don't see it. Mind those 2 rules, and I won't have to track you down, truss you up, and send you back to the fleet in chains. And yet, that's just too complicated for the half-wit smugglers who landed one of Auntie's transports at the damaged landing pad and unloaded what were clearly contraband crates in the middle of the damn day. So now they're in the cell, and I have an excessive amount of paperwork to do, and there's nowhere near enough commission on my bringing them in to justify the number of hours all this will take. Well, someone sought to ensure that my case against these smugglers in my custody was as solid as a bulkhead. My mysterious benefactor left me a stack of files that included a detailed listing of other crimes they should be measured for, enough to add an eye-watering amount of bits to the arrest commissions I'll end up collecting. Not only that, they also included craftily worded advice that taking them to the undisputed claim for judgment would be a boon to my career and my bit cartridges. So, finding out who it was will have to wait until I return from delivering them to the undisputed claim. I've several likely suspects, including a cargo pilot and an acquisition chief that both passed through here at about the right time, but my gut keeps drawing me towards the new greenhouse overseer, Emmeline Galloway. Can't rightly say why. Might just be she's the only one still in town and I'm pulling for it being the easiest option to investigate. Even so, I can't seem to shake the notion that she's somehow in the mix with all these troubles. I'm proud of myself for reading that fast. Not bad for a convict.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here? Has nothing to do...
That guard wasn't being ironical about the giant hologram over town hall. Well, guess we ought to go acquaint ourselves with that minister like she said.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute here.
No signs of corrosion. Exhaust manifold still warm. Come on, baby. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong. You just stopping by to admire the mines, or is there something I can help you with?
Sounds like you're having some trouble. I overheard you. What's the problem?
See this system here? It deploys extreme countermeasures against overhead attacks in the form of aerial explosives, oft referred to as sky mines by those who prefer brevity. However, the whole thing is currently non-operational. Some problem with the lifting mechanism. No lift means no sky mines. No sky mines means the enemy can blow in like a bad sail, and we'll all be passing in our bits before you can say, gee, nice weather we're having today.
Well, I've got some passing familiarity with lifting mechanisms.
Truth is, maybe I could use some help. But if you mention this conversation to anyone, I will deny it ever took place. I'll be over there if you need me. Way over there. Should clear the blast radius at that distance.
Insulated control panel. This fuel distribution tank is connected to several nearby sky mines, but no fuel is being delivered. Your trained eye recognizes some damage within the flow control regulator, likely caused during transport to Paradise Island. With a little elbow grease, you're confident you can repair the regulator. See?
All right, so you got her working. Bully for you.
Yeah, you sound disappointed.
No, sorry, you're right. You did me, and all of Fairfield, a good turn here. Just thought I'd feel more relieved when the launcher was working again.
If feelings were logical, we'd have to call them something else.
There's just this weight in my chest won't loosen. Worry gunking up my inner workings. Protectorate could launch an attack from that Vox station anytime. What if the mines aren't enough?
You really seem to care about this Fairfield place, huh?
Why do you think I was so twisted up about the launcher? I know I can be brusque. The word unpleasant's also been bandied about before.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call you unpleasant. I might think it, but I wouldn't say it.
Might not seem like it, but we're trying to build something here. Something sturdy and new. That ain't easy to do when all your material's bad to start. Anyway, I'm sure you have more important matters to tend to. And I know I do. I cobbled together some grenades from a damaged mine. Take them with my thanks. And this scrap metal might also come in handy for someone of your talents. And seeing how expertly you worked, you may as well take this armor modification too. I'm sure you'll have an easier time installing it than I would.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'll see you around. I love that I'm just walking into people's homes. Oh. And there we go. I'm not going to get in the habit of stealing if I don't have to. Personal logs. Marketing musings. Property of D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottieri, and President of Promotional Material. Note to self. Genius, as all of the following ideas may be, they could use some fine-tuning. Outreach programs for the health and happiness of Arcadia. Auntie's Choice sponsored amateur tossball league. Capitalism 101, an introduction to Auntie's Choice and how you can climb the corporate ladder. Slogans for the attention and brand allegiance of Arcadia. Why trust the paradigm when your life could be sublime? Has the Protectorate forsaken you? Fear not, for Auntie knows just what to do. Suitable secondary titles in honor of your hard-won accomplishments, you dashing devil, you. Executive of Eloquence, Administrator of Assimilation, Proprietor of Panache, other contemplations. Is it true that persuasion has been pushed aside in favor of battles and bloodshed? I hope to law this is not the case. Oh, but my age is catching up with me, and I now know that my words fall on deaf ears as if I am but a doddering old fool. I know the eyes of Auntie, and indeed of everyone else in town, are upon me now. So, if I am to show my methods are sound, I just make my move now, I mustn't fail. 2E Tinsley regarding halted assimilation. My dear Miss Tinsley, it is regrettable that you are harboring these thoughts. Given time, you most certainly make yourself useful to Auntie's Choice. If all else fails, simply find a mirror and gaze at your own magnificence, and I'm sure you'll find the feelings of inadequacy melt away. It works for me every time. Although, should these feelings stem from any lingering protectorate connections, I may be able to be of use. Do you, perchance, still possess any yet yea-saying compatriots reluctant to fully give themselves to Auntie? If so, do tell your favorite minister so he might help you help yourself. Your friend, DB. Guys, we need to find an effing
That must be the
lockpick.
greenhouse. You know, one where that Emily was supposed to be moving stolen goods.
Yeah, sorry. Did we come in a different door? No, I guess not. I guess I just got turned around somehow.
This paradigm of yours, or sovereign, or whatever, Does it really provide everything you...
We are provided everything we need, not everything we want.
There's a difference?
You need what you need, but you don't need what you want. I suppose it's a subtle distinction.
Trust me, I need my Auntie's Choice Sprat Crisps. No way you can eat just 100.
Oh, you too.
Hello, and goodbye.
I was surprised to learn that things that are artificial are good.
Hello and goodbye. Yeah, I did get turned around, so there was a second door. Alright, let's go back around here. We fixed that for her. We've been in this house. This looks like the greenhouse over here. That looks like Emmeline Galloway, I assume.
I'm simply not credulous enough to accept this is where I've ended up. Doing the work of at least 3 lackeys. Or a full half-dozen automechs, all by my lonesome. I'd welcome you, would-be consumer, but we are not a retail operation. Please visit the various consumer locations around Fairfield for all your purchasing needs. I have far too many claims on my time to be able to cater to the curious at the moment.
This seems like a lot of work for just one person. Are you the only one in here?
I was meant to have help, but they lacked the barest amount of gray matter it takes to keep from getting locked up by excessive corporate malfeasance. So, I'm on my own here. Breaking my back, trying to buttress all these vines on top of all my other jobs. Oh, the bits I wouldn't pay for some of those mechs the Protectorate used to work this place. So, is there anything else, or can I get back to work?
Security thinks you're up to more than growing plants. Do you really want to tell me what's going on?
Really? Feel you're entitled to that information, do you?
No, but I played the game too, and I want to know how you're getting away with it.
Nah, it's only a crime if you get caught. And you only get caught if you cause enough trouble that excessive corporate malfeasance has no choice but to haul you in. So long as you respect their boundaries, keep the right palms greased, and apply a bit of discretion, it's easy enough to do just about anything you need done. But since the original crew we sent here couldn't handle those 3 simple rules, it does so happen I have an opening for a well-paid accomplice. Interested?
Ooh, absolutely. I'm always on the hunt for exciting opportunities.
Wonderful. Your jib is exactly the kind of cut we could use right now. And I've got a whole cartridge of bits that's been waiting for someone to earn it. I'm part of Sub Rosa. We're a group of merchants, information brokers, and commodity traders who deal outside the systems most folk are confined by. We're the best way to get things done in anti-space if you're looking for profit. Want to buy it, sell it, move it? We've got someone to do it for you.
So basically what you're saying is you run the black market here.
Wow, isn't that just wonderful? I had no suspicion when you walked through my door that you'd help resolve the last of the morass Paradise Island has become for us. And all we need you to do is access Quartermaster Cardossa's terminal and scrub any Spectrum vodka from her ledgers. It's already been resold, so having it in her system could become problematic. Expunge it, and I get you some bits, and the friendship of Sub Rosa all over the system. You get me?
Okay, what if I get caught?
It'll probably be nothing. She's just a sergeant, not someone who has any real pull. And I've already made arrangements with everyone who matters. So, if she catches you, about the worst she can do is a switch on the rest.
Switch on the rest or not, why is making friends with you worth the hassle?
Because we are the black market in Arcadia. Odds are, at some point, you're going to need something you just can't get legally. Then you'll be thrilled we're associated. Sub Rosa feeds that appetite to not just survive, but to thrive. And that's taking all of us places. We're more than simple opportunists. We are opportunistically driven. Trust me, for both short-term benefits and long-term prospects, you want to be our friend.
Okay. All right. I'll be back when it's done.
And I'll be waiting here with your bits.
Skill points available. I mean, probably should put some into the guns. The gun skill increases damage dealt with all types of guns, including ballistic, shock, plasma, and bioguns. Investing in the gun skill allows you to select perks that further improve your ability to use guns of various types. How many... Never mind. Let's just do that. And so I keep doing that. Okay. No perk points because it's, I think it's what, every 2?
You know, I'm really starting to feel hopeful about settling here in Fairfield.
Why settle? Because you can thrive.
Ectoplasm. Wait. Nope. Just taro excrement. Ugh. Heavens, Auntie, you scared the living daylights out of me. Shouldn't sneak up on a man like that. Good way to earn a bullet betwixt the eyes.
Huh. Look, between the two of us, I'd wager I'm the faster draw.
You know, you might be right. I'm reliably certain I do not want to find out. Guess I should apologize for all that hullabaloo before. Just mistook you for another unfleshly manifestation.
Unfleshly manifestation? Is that what you said?
Look, I know how it sounds. Like I'm a few crabbles short of a hurt, but just hear me out. It all started the other night. Saw a personage leaving the greenhouse, late. Figured it for Emily, but when I asked her about it, she didn't know what I was talking about. Happened again the next night. Gave chase that time, but lost him hereabouts. I turned a corner and they'd up and vanished.
Could they be hiding in one of these houses?
I've knocked on doors, peeped a few windows, respectfully, mind you. And I ain't spied anything more exciting than a chair. But then, a being of pure information probably wouldn't linger on this plane any longer than necessary. Too tiresome, would be my guess.
I'm sorry, did you say being of pure information?
Well, maybe. I still don't know all the particulars yet, but it's one theory.
Okay. I'll look around, see if I could turn up anything.
I certainly won't say no to having a fresh set of lamps on the scene. Just be careful. Hate to see you disappeared like that foodstuffs.
Like that foodstuffs. Don't know what that means. Could I fix this door? No. Apparently I'm too weak and not... What's this guy? Oh shit. It's not what I meant to do. Wanted dead or alive. Protectorate drone. Booyah, sucker. Unseal cellar. Process complete. The exterior entrance to the cellar is now accessible. Contingencies. Contingencies. I confess I did not think a cellar would be of much use when I first moved into this house. Imagining a natural disaster or some unlawful uprising occurring in Fairfield, of all places, seemed absurd. Now we are at war, and I have even heard it rumored that the invaders will attack Paradise Island. Should the worst come to pass, my resolve will not waver. I will, of course, answer duty's call and repel these fiends by any means necessary, but having somewhere safe to fall back to could prove valuable. Administrator code. Twice this week, I've input the wrong code and locked myself out of the terminal. If it happens a third time, I suspect I will be recommended for mental refreshment due to insufficient recollection. Given how scattered I felt, maybe that would be for the best. I keep waiting for the Sovereign to call me up to combat the invaders, but no, I have orders to remain here in Fairfield. No matter. I must remain vigilant. Perhaps I'll write the code down and pin it to the refrigerator or some such until I've properly memorized it. It's not as though I entertain visitors. Guess I'm just stealing shit. Where's this damn cellar door? Found it.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples.
I'm not here to fight.
Spare me such timid drivel. We needn't waste time bandying lies. Of course, I know why you're really here. You have come to exact retribution for our larceny at your greenhouse.
What? Why would you ransack the greenhouse?
The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on 1 or 2 forays.
Look, your hands are shaking, and you stink of old saltuna. You're starving, aren't you?
I am merely quivering with rage over this insulting interrogation, and that scent you so subtly pointed out is the aroma of noble effort. Foreign to you, I'm sure.
Thought I saw you disappear in here. Oh, seems I've stumbled into quite the shindig. You lot been hiding out in here all this time? Touch cramped, ain't it?
You should wait upstairs there, Trooper. I'm handling this.
Please, stay. It would please me to end the lives of 2 invaders as opposed to 1.
Not very copacetic, are you folks?
If this exchange is not to your liking, I can accommodate you with a bullet instead.
I want to spare you and your troops, Sentinel. But you're giving me no other choice here. No. No, hold on. Let me walk that back. You really are all brainwashed, aren't you?
Spare me your insults. They mean less than nothing coming from the mouth of a corporate pet.
I'm guessing that means you also wouldn't consider joining Auntie's Choice?
I would sever my own hands at the wrist rather than sign a corporate contract.
I'll take that as a no. Would you accept being prisoners of war then?
A generous offer. But we prefer to die in the service of the Sovereign.
Jesus. Fine. I want to spare you and your troops, Sentinel, but you're giving me no other choice here.
This was always going to end in blood.
Let me know.
Guess I had this mystery all wrong. Small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish.
I won't judge you, just tell me.
I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish.
Sounds like she was really special to you, huh?
She was. Yeah. Oh, that feels good to say aloud, even if it hurts too. Romantic entanglements ain't exactly encouraged between troopers, especially in the same division. Supposedly compromises our decision-making in the field. But I digress. Thanks for your help, and for listening to my languishments. Glad someone else might remember her now, too.
Where were they going to the bathroom in here? Alright, greenhouse, that building. Short rounds commonly used in black market weapons. Compact rounds, pistols. I need rifle rounds. Smoke grenade. I mean, I guess I'll buy these. Well, no, I don't want those. All right, team, let's keep going, I guess. How's it going? Foil. I've read that before. Oh, look what I found. To Augustine DeVry from Supervisor First Class Camarillo. Subject DeVries. You are to report to your post in the Information Input and Retrieval Department at 0630 tomorrow. As I'm sure I don't need to tell you, every member of the Protectorate is vital to the whole, no matter how seemingly small and insignificant the role may seem to be. We expect you to conduct yourself as a harmonious part of the Protectorate. Glory to the Sovereign. To Augustine. Subject Pitchball Incident. Subject DeVries. It is not unheard of for one to sustain injuries in the course of a spirited match of pitchball, even ones as serious as your shattered femur and internal hemorrhaging. In my experience, however, virtually all cases can be traced back to overindulgence in Sovereign's Pride vodka. While it is an understandable misconception, such overindulgence does not demonstrate a subject's pride for their subservience to our Sovereign. Fortunately for you, in the short time you've been here, your work has been nothing but superlative, so this will not add greatly to your demerits. Nonetheless, it is your duty to work through such injuries to be an example to your fellow subjects on how to put aside one's self-importance to elevate us all. Remember, we're all key components in the safety and success of the Protectorate. Warning. Subject DeVries. Your recent irregular behavior has been overlooked due to your exemplary work in the long years prior to the invasion. However, I am not plagued by my predecessor's lack of character, which has reportedly now been rectified by a course of mental refreshment, thank the Sovereign, and it is incumbent upon me to follow up on the report that you are heard espousing opinions similar to the precepts of the traitorous order. I am certain this is but a miscommunication in these somewhat confusing times. Do not let it happen again. Supervisor First Class Ojeda. Important announcements. All subjects of the Protectorate, from Consul Thoreau. Subject invasion of cutthroat corporatists. I think I've already read this on someone else, yeah. Yeah, I read that somewhere else. Did I read this one? I don't know. To all subjects of the Protectorate, betrayal of the Order of the Ascendant. As of this day, the Order of the Ascendant have declared themselves enemies of the Protectorate. That they have chosen to do so in the wake of the corporate invasion of our beloved colony attests to their true nature. It is now obvious that the corporate incursion was somehow helped by the traitors of the Order, else it would have been crushed before it began. Rest assured, the Sovereign knew of their treachery well in advance of their betrayal and thus was not taken by surprise. Any communications from, to, or involving the Order in any way are now to be considered enemy correspondence and must be forwarded to the Ministry of Accuracy. Glory to the Protectorate.
DeVries sure has some cheek putting the Earth Directorate symbol on her wall after everything she's done.
Couldn't I steal her shit since she's the enemy? I don't know. Let's see what's over here.
Keep them coming. I can do this all day.
Nope. Nope. Wait a minute. I don't want to kill anyone. Maybe if she walks away, I won't have to. Let's revisit this later. I don't want to make enemies of everyone yet. Let's go back to this.
see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No, Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spying. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now, hold a moment, Carr. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs?
I believe everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. Yes. Yes, I can see that kind of line working with our Protectorate demographic. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives. But I'm hardly the type to beg and ask for nothing in return. Tell me, what do you desire of this island?
Hey, do you think we can trust this guy?
With that hat? Absolutely not.
Is this a bad time to mention I can read lips?
Listen, Minister, I'm just trying to find someone here, name of Augustine DeVry.
I've some faint recollections of the fuzz beneath my hat. Perhaps I saw such a name amidst my perusal of the Protectorate domicile assignment records. The record room is in this building. You have my permission to peruse at your leisure. But surely a go-getter like yourself has more ambitious goals on our island. Share them with me, and we can brave them together.
Okay. I need to get into the Vox relay.
Ambitious, aren't we? Easily the best protected location on Paradise Island. Hardly a place for a stroll. But if you assist me, I promise to get you inside. Better yet, helping me shall result in our saving dozens, no, hundreds of lives. Your conscience shall be renewed.
That's a pretty good sales pitch.
You can't blame a body for wanting to practice, can you? Fine. I'll give it to you straight then. Auntie may demand Carr and I do nothing, but for each moment I remain inactive, dozens fall in meaningless combat. I seek a persuasive method of alleviating this conflict. The Protectorate utilizes a procedure known as mental refreshment to ease the temperament of wayward subjects. The Ministry of Accuracy contains vital information about the process and where it is performed. This is the prize I seek. I previously sent a grafted soldier Trooper Sealong to retrieve said information, but I have not heard from her in some time. Consequently, I must presume the worst.
So you want me to go to this ministry and retrieve the info. What else?
Yes. One additional word of warning. The good Commander Carr shall not take kindly to your working with me, though that is a bridge most worth burning in my estimate.
I prefer diplomacy and subterfuge to frontal assaults. I'd rather work with you.
An opportunity to attain my goals and stick my finger in Babylon's eye? Today's as grand as when I led in the performance department showing of Life of a Salesman. Find your way to the Ministry of Accuracy. And if Trooper Sealong is still alive, do send her back here to debrief. She's still contracted to us after all.
Okay, where's the other lady that wanted to give me a task?
Watch out for that Auntie Cleo. I know she don't look it, but she's more dangerous than she seems.
Oh, I'm aware.
The whole of Spacer's Choice couldn't outmaneuver her.
I'm aware. Thank you, though.
Well, if it ain't DB Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking sides with Milver Street means I got no use for you.
Well, okay. The hell did it guide me in here for if there's nothing in here? Shouldn't steal that with her right there. Notification of death. Dear father, mother, guardian name. I regret to inform you that your son, daughter, child, employee rank, first name, last name, was killed in action at location on date. I know the sorrow that this message brings you, but know soldier rank, last name was a valuable Auntie's Choice asset, and that his, her, their contribution to the war effort on Eden will not be forgotten. Sincerely yours, Babylon Carr, Acquisitions Officer.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
I can also help you craft items in a pinch when we're out together. Most won't even explode on you.
Okay. I haven't seen a workbench, though. What the hell is it trying to guide me to?
The peddler of half measures returns. Suppose it's too much to hope that you speak in half sentences. Make it quick, yeah?
Oh, never mind. This is a workbench. Oh, shit. Why is it not saying what the damage is? Oh, I see. Fully got it. Got it. Damn, I don't have anything. Oops. Party upgrades. At the workbench, the party upgrades screen allows you to upgrade your companion's weapons and armor, improving their efficacy in combat and granting them more abilities. Each companion has 2 tiers of upgrades for both their armor and weapon, which each tier unlocked by obtaining that companion's upgrade kit, received by completing their quests. The companion's basic kit unlocks the first tier, and the advanced kit unlocks the second tier. For both the companion's weapon and armor, at each tier you can select one of the 2 upgrades and freely swap between them at a workbench. I definitely still need some supplies. I was already here. It's weird. It's sending me back to places I've already been, but it's not telling me. For God's sake. Locate the mental refreshment information.
You certainly can't have mine. What kind of skills do you have?
Whatever skills are needed. I'm just a cog in the system, and the system abides.
Hey, that's pretty catchy. You might have a future in advertising.
I need lubricant and some other shit. Wait, I should meet that guy to get in the armory.
The third drone in as many days. Where are the void damn things coming from?
Are you alright?
Not likely. I've been keeping my lamps open for these things ever since they started attacking. But thanks for the concern all the same. Of course, we could have staunched the flow of drones by now if Officer Carr dispatched another patrol, as I requested. But no such luck.
Trooper Erickson told me what happened to him.
That was a nasty one. Drone downed him on the reload. I do hope he's on the mend now. Erickson's a fine fellow, if a rather poor shot.
He'll live, which is more than he could say if you hadn't saved his skin.
He told you about that? That blasted, well-meaning gas bag. Now I gotta ask him to strike my involvement from his report to Officer Carr. You see, I, wasn't exactly authorized to be shoring up other patrols on the perimeter. In fact, I might have been specifically ordered not to leave this spot.
Your secret's safe with me.
Thanks. Well, at least some people in this unit still understand the concept of discretion. And taking initiative. Trouble is, it's only a matter of time before these Protectorate drones break through and do some real damage to Fairfield. If you're keen on lending a hand, bounty terminal's just left of the constabulary. Carr doesn't trust me with that kind of work anymore. Not after my last performance review. So I guess we're trusting in degenerate bounty hunters now.
Listen. I happen to know a thing or two about drones.
Really? Because that one looks like it's about due for the scrapyard.
Hey now, don't let the scratches fool you. Val here is in tip-top shape. Ain't that right, Val?
Error. Logic assembly not responding. Please ask your query at a later time.
This does not increase my confidence. However, given the state of my performance review, it's not like I'm one to talk. Really wish I could give those drones a piece of my mind. Unfortunately, I need to hang back and exercise my obedience to authority. Go out there and do what I can't. Show that bounty terminal and those Protectorate drones why no one fucks with Fairfield.
Might I have a word, Commander?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I know I've been pushing to find DeVries, so this might seem a bit of a left turn. Avoid it. I'm just gonna ask. Got an old friend here on the island. The doctor who patched me up after Horizon Point. Ex-Protectorate, a good man. Tracked him to Westport a short time ago, but never got up the nerve to visit. Reckon we could drop by and pay him a visit. Brief one, of course.
I mean, I wouldn't mind meeting a friend of yours.
Not sure he'd still consider me such, but that's part and parcel of the reason I want to see him. I had some bad years on my own. Now with you here, being part of a team, this might sound a mite soppy, but I feel like I could be a proper agent again. That starts with writing accounts. This friend of mine, Zebulon Tran, I let him down. And I've been chewing on that live wire for a while. Too long, maybe.
Am I going to need a hold in electrical standards and safety course?
Much as I might love to jaw about that special interest of mine, this business with Zeb's gotta come first.
What happened between you two?
After I recovered from Horizon Point, Zeb and I ran together for a spell, doing what we could to help folks in difficult spots. Fighting Protectorate tyranny in small ways. Too small for Zeb, as it turned out. He was unhappy before I showed up, and after, well, all my directorate talk fired him up even more. I had my orders. I was to stay low. Couldn't let the Protectorate catch wind of an Earth Directorate agent in its midst. But Zeb, he kept pushing to take more extreme action.
Nothing wrong with that. Protectorate is a dictatorship, right? It should be destroyed.
I agree. But the problem with burning down a system is finding ways out for all the innocent folk trapped inside it. That wasn't the goal anyway. Just helping out where we could. We worked hard, but the Protectorate's arbiters and sentinels worked harder. Often than not, our help only made targets of the folks whose lives we were trying to improve. Didn't matter what we did. Arcadia was still caught under the Protectorate's boot.
So you were trying to do the right thing. Isn't that what agents should do?
Wouldn't have expected you to see it that way. Given all your talk of trusting no one and looking out for myself.
Yeah. I know.
But maybe we've both done some growing since then. Anyway, things weren't good. Zeb and I couldn't find the rhythm we had before. We were arguing every day. Eventually, cutting ties just seemed for the best. Clean like. Only later I learned Zeb hadn't given up the struggle like I assumed he would. He got to stay in mental refreshment for his trouble. That's the last I heard of him, till recent.
Okay. Be straight with me, Niles. What are you hoping to get out of seeing him?
If it weren't for Zeb, I'd be in the ground. It's a debt I never properly repaid. Plus, I don't relish his last memory of me being a vanishing act. I owe him better. And since finding you, well, a lot feels possible now that didn't before.
Seems like you're flirting with me a lot, but anyway, let's go see your friend, I guess.
Much appreciated, Commander. Promise, I won't be making a habit of pulling skeletons out of my closet. Westport's on the east side of the island. I tracked Zeb to somewhere on its outskirts, but never got up the nerve to visit before now. We ought to start there.
Okay, let's go up here first, then we'll go see your friend. Stealth grass. Thick grass hides you from hostiles in the area, making them unable to see you from a distance. Use it to sneak by safely or get the drop on them. Well, that's a bad sign. Eyes open, people. And robots.
Agent Ibarra, you failed to take your daily supplements 3 days in a row. Vitamins are a vital tool in aiding wound healing and achieving your long-term health goals.
We've talked about this, Val. Ain't polite airing folks' private health information in front of others.
If oral capsules are not your preferred delivery method, suppositories may be a viable alternative.
All right. I'll take the damn supplements. The normal ones. And maybe I'll examine your courtesy settings while I'm at it.
Haha.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came.
I assume you're Redactor Quesnel. I found something with your name on it. Is this yours?
Ah, I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful yet again. Here, for your effort. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen from me and sold to various unknown parties across the island. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it to you to locate the rest. In exchange, I will provide you with rarities and bits.
Okay. What precisely are they?
A form of manipulatory ideation disguised as popular entertainment, intended to sway the audience to their point of view, couched within just a crackingly exciting narrative. Specifically, an Earth Directorate periodical featuring beloved fictional characters Commander Zane and Buddy. An effective mental conditioning device. And right thrilling.
I know Commander Zane and Buddy. Science Adventures Quarterly, not so much.
It was a popular fiction periodical from not long ago. Each of its 10 volumes featured an exhilarating cover illustration depicting Zane and Buddy's thrilling exploits. Whether they faced automechanical industrialists or robber magnates from the Plutocrian kleptocracy, their tales remained invigorating thrill rides.
And you said that other materials were stolen. What's so special about those?
The line represented a growth of the medium from the less sophisticated 2-bit dreadful, both in style and effectiveness. Its remarkable popularity not only mirrored a rise in public sentiment against greedy corporations and tyrannical governments across colonies. The brief window surrounding the volume's release saw a marked increase in skip drone requests for Earth Directorate aid. I believe there remains much to learn from them.
Okay. And I still can't help it, but is this for your personal collection? Like, what's going on?
I'll admit Commander Zane and Buddy's exploits make for a sensational read. They saved Carnifeller's brain, for instance. Oh, and Mammon Incorporated, of course, too. So no, I am not immune to their considerable charms, but my interests in recovering them are strictly professional. I can assure you.
Okay. I'll do it. I assume you'll just pay me for whatever I bring back then, right?
Ah, quite right. In fact, delightful. I am pleased you are on the case, as it were. So very Zane and Buddy. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. May safety, amity, and ease be yours.
Do you mind if I just go into your house real quick? Need to use the bathroom. Not even waiting for a response. I don't want to steal money. Don't give a shit about a music box. There's the bathroom. There's nothing here. Now, if there was some lubricant. All right. How do we find... Oh, quest type. This one. 1,068 meters. Jesus, we're going to come across some terrible things, I assume. See what's up here real quick. Dearest friends and esteemed companions, as of late it has come to my attention that I actually do not enjoy the act nor the daily drudgery of farming. Upon this realization, I had initially considered submitting myself for refreshment, but in a wondrous bit of serendipity, I quite literally bumped into a delightful fellow from Auntie's Choice. He convinced me to discard that foolish notion and helped me discover a new path forward for myself in the form of employment with the fine folk of Auntie's Choice. Several years ago, I would have balked at the very thought of leaving the Protectorate, but today I see joining Auntie's as the freedom and breath of fresh air which I never realized I so dearly desired. Liberation, self-determination, and a free market. These are the things which my heart yearns for. I don't doubt that with my sharp mind and strong work ethic, I'll become a top executive in no time at all. And to every subject of the Protectorate who reads this, I encourage you to do the same. Auntie's Choice is always hiring. Remember, with the Protectorate, you're only surviving, but with Auntie's Choice, you'll be thriving. Regards, William Taberson. So we could probably steal his shit if we get into his house, which we probably won't be able to. There is a ladder. Heavy rounds. Lubricant. Yes. I left quite a bit of good shit. All right, let's go see your doctor friend. Is that lady still hanging out by the terminal I need to hack? Probably. Yep, she's just standing there. Performance review, employee 55072E, Trooper Clara B. Faulkner. Ability to accomplish responsibilities. Marksmanship scores exceed the standard assessment. Regarding patrol attendance, employee has a commendable record with no violations of the standard quota policy. However, an overabundance of passion for her position often leads the employee to exhaust herself to the point of performance dips following a series of unapproved extra shifts. Goal achievements: decreased trooper injury and death incidences during routine patrols by 15%. Employee earnestly strives to improve productivity and performance targets. However, this is related only to perimeter maintenance and pairs with a willful lack of understanding of the cost to other, higher priority initiatives requiring shared resources. Suggested area of improvement: responds poorly to perceived mockery. Must improve the frequency of following her superior's orders to the letter of the law, not the presumed spirit of it. Should refresh education regarding supply and demand in relation to shifting market urgency. Promotion request denied again. Are you guys watching the damn door? Shh. Quiet, damn it. Copernicus and Ethel Tinsley. Is that lubricant?
Would pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you?
Sorry.
Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled.
Why don't we start with the introductions? I'm Commander. That's it. No last name.
I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist turned tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs.
Yeah, it sounds like a typical corporate structure management. Wait, did I say that right? It sounds like a typical corporate management structure to me.
No, I don't believe it is. That's what the Protectorate announcers wanted us to believe anyway, before Auntie showed us the truth. No, this is quite abnormal, I'm sure. Anyhow, all I know is that if they were to begin working with each other, the mood in town would certainly be merrier. Or something akin to it.
Wait, back up. You're Protectorate?
Well, I was a subject once. Despite my talents, the plan dictated that I should be relegated to programming cleaning mechs. Bah. But then, Auntie's Choice came along and offered to transform our lives for the better. I chose to accept. And look where I am today. Over the last year, I have climbed the rungs of my division through the sheer merit of my work. I have finally earned the respect I was always due.
I mean, I suppose I can't blame you for taking pride in, your new role.
So you must understand what my position exemplifies and why my work has become my pride. When I embraced Auntie's, I was given latitude to better myself. My dreams and abilities were my only limit. That's the beauty of Auntie's Choice. Everyone can make of their lives what they wish. Ask any of the other Protectorate subjects who converted, and they'd echo my words. When one can allow their ambitions to show, that is true freedom.
You speak as if Auntie's Choice has saved you.
They did. I was in a dreadful state before the invasion. I fear I was close to disappearing myself. The Sovereign claims to provide for all of our needs. But without freedom and autonomy, I could not find happiness. In any case, I do hope I've satisfied your curiosity. The war effort and liberating the rest of the Protectorate waits for no one, you understand?
Yeah, I understand. Tell me, what's the story with Carr and Milver Street? Seems like there's a problem between them.
I would never imply such a thing. I'm sure the Minister and Officer Carr have only our best interests at heart. Though I must admit, their continuing quarrels give me trepidation. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner.
Maybe you're just, not cut out for corporate life.
So I should return to the Protectorate and accept swift death for desertion? Certainly not. I would much rather stay here, continue my work, and hope my leaders can reach an accord. Challenging though it may be, one wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew.
The Minister's in high spirits now that I've agreed to help him, by the way.
I see. Well, I hope his spirits may be sustained. I have grown fond of the Minister, but I cannot help but wonder if he fully understands how proud the Protectorate are. It takes great courage or desperation to acknowledge the wrongs of one's society, and even more to leave it entirely. He may find that courage to be rarer than he thinks, or perhaps he will manage to prove me wrong with his powers of persuasion yet again. How I would welcome it in this case.
Let's talk about something else.
Very well. I ought to focus more on my work than on social tensions anyhow.
Tell me more about taming the Raptidons.
I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best Raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild Raptidons. It's most agreeable.
Does this program require you to give the Raps goofy names too?
Oh dear. I rather hoped that Copernicus rolled off the tongue a sight better than designation C0P3R. I suppose I'll ensure he responds to both in any case.
All right, well, thanks for the info. It's nice to meet you. Mind if I just take a look at this terminal real quick? Well, I have officially gone from chimeric scientist to Raptidon onboarding specialist. But it's not so harsh a change as I feared. These creatures require constant feeding, house training, combat conditioning, and praising in dulcet tones, yes, but they've also provided me ample opportunity to study their constitution. They've taken well to a salve I developed for wound care, far better than the average human would have. While my previous work may be lost to history, I can't help but wonder, might this have been used to aid graft recipients? If so, would we perhaps have had more success than failures? Milver Street has come calling for his subcutaneous injections again. I'll write more on my findings later. To DB Milver Street, subject halted assimilation. DB, first I want to thank you for always being so kind and such a great listener. You have been of immense assistance to me in the past few years. I write to you today because I admit I'm at a bit of a crossroads. Is it reasonable to be among a society for so long, yet to feel so separate from it? Try as I might to feel one with Auntie's choice. It's as if I'm donning a costume. I wish I didn't feel so. Any advice you have would be much appreciated. Your friend, Ethel. Just reading her shit. I should shoot this damn thing. And she's not looking. Couldn't I steal some of this shit? She can't see me. I'm stealing that. Uh-oh. Distraction devices are handheld devices that can make loud noises. When a distraction device is thrown near an enemy, they are alerted and investigated, allowing you to sneak by, perform a sneak attack, or lure enemies into a trap. Distraction devices have a set range at which they can attract NPCs. Anyone outside of that circle will not respond or react to it. Oh, this would be very useful for breaking into that computer. That lady who just stands staring at the damn trailer. See you around, Ethel.
Watch out. More of those drones could show up at any moment.
I have your performance review. I found it in the mobile command center.
Merciful law, is this? Tell me you did not steal my performance review, soldier. We could be court-martialed for even looking. No, I am not gonna look. I'll wait for the reviews to be distributed along the proper channels, and... Oh, hell. This is worse than the last one. Promotion denied? No, this has to be a mistake. How can Officer Carr claim I don't understand supply and demand regarding shifting market urgency? That's unfair.
I mean, yeah, you lowered injury and death incidents by 15%. That has to count for something, right?
And that lowered our burial fees. Carr clearly doesn't understand my value, but you do. Well, the next review period's right around the corner. Suppose it's never too late to tidy up my reputation. Take this for your trouble. While I learn my lesson, you might as well profit off my shortcomings.
How are things otherwise?
Between the constant assault of drones and my official reprimands, I can't get a moment's peace of mind. Real shame about my performance review. I thought I was doing better. Not according to Carr, at least.
All right, I'll see you around. Sorry you're having such a bad day. Where the hell's this taking us? I mean, I'm assuming we can't get up here, but... Yeah, no, I guess not. Well, shit. Sorry, guys and girls.
Best keep your lamps lit for wildlife.
Hostile wildlife. Familial classification of Raptidon. Detected ahead.
I swear that wasn't planned.
Could really use a vehicle.
This unit has finished compiling the comprehensive report on the commander you requested, Agent Ibarra.
Oh, thanks. But I didn't request a report.
This request is over 3,470 days old and was initially issued prior to the mission on Horizon Point.
Oh, shit! Delete that. It's most likely to have outdated information anyway.
Acknowledged. Purging the commander's favorite colors, foods, and activities report.
Awkward.
We're closed.
You have a minute to talk?
Did you not hear me? This
I
place
did.
is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan.
Then why are you here?
Obviously, as the result of the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan. I don't know. I'm no scientician.
Tell me more about this plan.
I thought everyone, even the corporate invaders, had heard about the grand plan.
Humor me.
It is the blueprint that generates reality. And the Order of the Ascendant, whose chapel this used to be, is slavishly devoted to figuring out the universal equation that underlies it. They are driven by algorithms, maths, predictions of the future. They believe they will eventually know everything, rid humanity of uncertainty.
Just warmed over Order of Scientific Inquiry beliefs, Commander.
Never heard of them. If you really care, I'm certain there's some literature around here you can read. But don't let the Protectorate catch you, lest you'd like your gray matter chemically processed.
This is a strange place to find someone who sounds like they don't care for the Order.
I have my reasons. I don't know you. Do you have some reason for being here?
Yeah. Someone named DeVries was talking about the grand plan before she tried to frickin' kill me.
DeVries? Sorry. I don't know anyone by that name.
I don't know if I believe you, but whatever. What's this? Praising the architect and honoring the equation. The Order of the Ascendant strives to continually demonstrate that the truth of the universe lies within the purest of mathematics, the universal equation, a perfect mathematical expression that generates all of existence. Through its flawless calculation, all things are possible. As our knowledge of the equation grows, we what? I don't know that word. We asymptotically? I can't even say that word. Approach the ideal state of a descendancy where we shall become one with the universe, or, quote, know the mind of the architect, if you will. Was the architect a being? Not in the sense that you and I are, but that is of no matter, literally and figuratively. Like the terms in a formula, the architect is an abstraction of the mathematically perfect yet unknown energies that spawned the universe. We honor the 0 point of the grand plan with that name, as well as label the omega point of the equation with the same boundary expression. So let us give thanks to the architect for our part in the perfection of the grand plan, be it as an enlightened mathematician or simply a programmer of manual labor automechanicals. Honor the equation and architect with every action, no matter how mundane such action may feel, for every action is a step toward the eventual realization of the equation. New collectible card, +5 health. Okay. Can just take this shit, no one's gonna stop me. Alright, we've looted this place. Let's get out of here. What does that sound? So just that one? We could take that out. That thing was coming right at me. Oh, come on. For Pete's sake. I guess we could go up there. Or is it even going to let us get up there? It's not, is it? Son of a biscuit. Let me look at this map. Okay, so it's not going to tell us. Oh, I guess we'll follow the road. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Let me wear my fun new hat. Where's that? There we go. Keep my head warm. Although this seems to be a very temperate climate.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us. A real code 472. 472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves full of holes.
You look Why are you pestering me? Do I look like middle management?
Sorry.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Once any changes reported.
I hate that kind of work. It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even on my contract.
Milver Street is offering bits rewards for anything of import we can tell him.
But I do love bits. Come on, friend. Let's go set our lamps in something juicy from Milver Street.
Westport Observational Report. Anti-choice Observational Report, Westport. Infrastructure state, moderate to low. Initial fighting caused substantial damage to Westport's infrastructure. They still have power, limited potable water, and passable fortifications. Worth noting that they are experiencing a severe shortage of auto mechanicals. Morale state, moderate. Morale is holding up in Westport. Subjects still believe that the Sovereign will swoop in and save them. This resolve seems rather fragile, though. A couple more hardships should shatter that resolve. This standoff is working against us. Additional notes. Vigilant Hogarth himself is preoccupied by some schism in local command. This type of internal conflict in the Protectorate chain of command should be exploited if at all possible. Saw something about radio. Where the hell was that at? Wireless.
Office with an Elysium view. Wear something nice and solvent-proof for your new role as Executive Drainage Manager in Recreant Reclamations and Artificial Additives. Remember, dress for the job you have, Russ. And just to show there's no position too microscopic for Auntie's management, I'd like to highlight Assistant Waste Disposal Officer Potter Flanderbilt for a job not well done. The only airlocks fit for trash disposal are those far from my office. Nothing ruins a view like a constellation of Sistybits bags. Now you're the assistant to the assistant. And that's enough negative reinforcement for now. Until next time, everybody do your jobs like your CEO is watching over your shoulder. Because I probably am. Bye now.
Now, on to other things. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only what to buy.
And so we're finally thought-free and we're feeling proud now that we can boldly speak, say thoughts aloud. Blissfully anti-da-da-do.
Hello? Calling out to any random, non-kill crazed passerby who can hear this? Yes, you. I am trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the Eden's Bounty Agri-Center. You must help me. You must! My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for their actions. Find me in the renovated grain silo. Help me formulate a cure. Hello? Calling out to any random, non-kill crazed passerby who can hear this? Yes, you. I am trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the Eagles Bounty Agri-Center. You must help me. You must! My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for
How do
their
I
actions.
shut this thing up?
Find...
Scout report. Yes, sir. Looks like the repair center is still out of order, sir. Excellent. At ease, Scout. Glad to hear that they haven't managed to repair it, even if Command has temporarily put the actual fighting to a stop.
Said sir, but that sounded like a female. But, you know, who knows? Can we get down here without breaking our leg? Certainly appears so.
These anti-soldiers seem twitchy to you? Might want to sneak
Yeah.
away.
What? Dangerous enemies. Enemies with skulls next to their health bar are dangerous, signifying that you might be too underleveled to fight them. If you're having trouble overcoming them, try gaining a few levels before coming back. What? Like leaders or bosses, these enemies are resistant to certain powerful effects and must be dealt enough damage to make them weak first. Okay. So you sent us to a place that we're not qualified for. I guess not. I guess we're just trying to bypass this area. Oh shit. What just happened? I drowned? I guess swimming isn't something they could do in the future. Alright, so how the hell are we going to get... Unless the thing's inside.
This looks like the place. Oh, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zed. You look...
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
What? Hey, Niles, introduce me to your friend here.
Zed, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
Ah, yes. The same commander who nobly ordered you to leave your colleague to perish under rubble.
Ooh. With all due respect, Dr. Tran, you weren't there. And actually, you know what? No. I'm gonna change that. Look, I know it was a bad decision, but in the moment, I acted out of concern for Niles. And frankly, Valerie said that my colleague had, what was it, like a 98% chance of death? Maybe 87%. Same difference.
I know it, Commander. We all did the best we could on that mission.
Perhaps my words were too pointed. It is difficult to erase the memory of how Niles came to me, half torn up, on the border between life and death. But that was years ago. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
We're working together to save Arcadia, a cause I assume that you would support.
That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
Yeah, maybe you'd like to rethink Niles' offer of help then, huh?
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zed?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I'm in if Niles is.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Listen, I have a few questions before we go. We'll be quick.
I'll answer what I can.
How did a Protectorate doctor end up turning rebel fighter?
If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic, repressive. And my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration.
Tell me about your stint in mental refreshment.
Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds.
All right, fine. What can you tell me about your neighbors then?
The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them.
Really? By neighbors, I was referring to Westport, not the Crabbies.
Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes.
Okay, that's all I needed for now. All right, let's see if we have any pick up storekeeper clothing. I'm just going to use your terminal. Hope you don't mind. Low stock prestige brandy. A volunteered to lead the procurement team. I have every confidence in her ability to accomplish the mission and to do what needs to be done if something goes amiss. Found an unopened bottle of prestige brandy underneath the counter yesterday. Seems prudent to save it for a special occasion. I only hope I'll be drinking to our success and not our failure in the coming days. Upcoming procurement. Everything is in place for tomorrow, but my mind remains restless. Times like these, I find myself wishing for Niles. He was always better at these sorts of endeavors. Should we be successful, it will be on no small account due to much of what he taught me. And should we fail, well, then I suppose I will have learned the wrong lessons.
You always
These
put your
sort of
hands on other
lovers.
people's things.
I do, actually.
If there's anything I can do to support your endeavor, I will.
Actually, I'm a little hurt. Can I get the Niles special?
You're missing the part where you get blown halfway to the void and back.
I'd like to help,
Yeah, whatever.
but I fear I lack the supplies at the moment to ply my craft. Try Fairfield. The doctor there is competent. Miserly, but competent.
All right, never mind. Doctor that can't heal. I mean, How do we turn this off? The Earth Directorate found a flaw in you. Treacherous. You're not made for fighting fairly. Your max health is reduced, but enemies lose track of you quicker, and you deal bonus sneak attack damage. Warning, once selected, flaws cannot be removed. Effects, minus 25% base health, plus 50% enemy awareness depletion rate. 100% sneak attack damage. Sneak attack damage. No thank you. I don't like these damn flaws. Ooh. Is there no way around this? Are we going to die if... Let's save real quick. Let's see what happens when we try to walk into that. Nothing. I thought it would electrocute me or something. Trespassing, huh? Westport discovered. Maintenance log repository. Reservoir status abundant. The seawater desalination purification system is operating at its baseline level of flawless automechanical efficiency. Much like all aspects of Protectorate society, it is perfect. Cistern water quality exceeds maximum standards of potability. Subjects may drink, bathe, recreate, and irrigate without care or restraint. Glory to the Sovereign. Reservoir status recovering. Only days after the seawall breach, the water desalination purification system has returned to pre-invasion levels of efficiency. Why am I struggling with words? Reservoir quality is approaching semi-potability, suitable for irrigation and a bathing spritz. This recovery of the purification system was never in doubt, a case of events righting themselves. The system truly does abide. Reservoir status. The seawall is breached. The cistern is contaminated with elevated levels of salinity. Although currently overwhelmed, the purifiers will compensate. Without question, the system abides in all things, and soon the reservoir will run clear again. Not today, though. Until the purification system rights itself, bottled beverages remain the prudent option for healthful hydration. Okay.
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the Sovereign.
A fine quote. My favorite is, we must rout all disruptive factors and invasive elements.
The pleasant atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network.
Why is it not letting me up these stairs? There we go.
Right now,
It's another
the
doctor's
Paradigm
office.
needs our houses underwater. Hopefully it'll need them dry again someday, but until then, it's a short swim down to your possessions.
If you say so, buddy.
Well, it's infected.
Oops.
Redstone arrives soon, we'll have to start cutting. You locked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good.
Presently.
Because we've got more of that than we can handle.
What in the hell happened here?
You haven't heard? When Antis invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All right. Well, don't let me keep you.
Greetings.
How's it going?
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Westport looks like it's in pretty bad shape. Anything I can do to help?
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
I mean, honestly, it would only take a few variable gears and essential motivators to serve your purposes.
We are of like minds. We lack not the skill to do so. Our wily chief mechanist can reprogram the mech, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
So, remind me, why are you being punished?
Why, we're traitors, obviously. We've not fulfilled our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Anti's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long.
You lost me on that last part. How can a boot heel be vapid?
My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
Okay. If you require assistance, how about we negotiate a fee?
What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
Well, you have intimate knowledge of the Vox's station's workings, right?
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
Well, top secret Earth Directorate business. Can't say more, I'm afraid. I need to get inside.
Ah, I don't know what an Earth Directorate is, and I thought we were past the need for being coy, but fine. I'll extend you my trust as a show of good faith. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
Mm-hmm. How could I say no to that? I can't, of course, yes.
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
Okay. Right, I'll be on my way.
Farewell now.
See you in a bit.
Poor dears didn't have the firm benevolence.
All right. Wait, what is this one? Oh, rescue. I guess we're still doing that.
To guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the
All right, already been here. We just saw him. Lockpick 5. Key to his personal quarters, which I don't have. Hmm. So wait, that uses short rounds. Okay. Which I don't have the thing for that yet. Scrap metal, lubricant screws. Yep. That goes outside.
Word on the wireless is that Auntie's choice is years behind us sociologically. So they've started the war to grab any part of the paradigm that they can.
To deliberate is to court ruin.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding. But then the wireless told me everything was splendid. Now I feel much, much better.
Prudence dictates that we watch our neighbors, but I may just invite him over to make it easier.
Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But Prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
No, I just feel sad for them. It's even in their name. Auntie's choice.
Huh, don't take your meaning.
They don't have the balanced hand of a sovereign. Just a normal person making random imperfect decisions.
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared.
Guess I can't eat that melon.
No.
Haha. Oh, another terminal. Remembering Horizon Point. Horizon Point was a tragic loss for the Protectorate. To think that such a monumental achievement could be so rapidly undone by some unpatriotic, flat-footed outsiders. We cannot allow the same fate to befall Arcadia. The Vigilants saw fit to save me from more severe mental refreshment, or worse. It must have been for a reason. Perhaps it is to ensure the safety of this system and all of my fellow subjects. If I am so fortunate, perhaps one day I'll even be able to avenge Horizon Point by punishing the ones responsible for its destruction, if the perpetrators themselves even live. Doubts. How many years has it been since the disaster? And yet I am still tormented by questions. The Protectorate is infallible. So how was Horizon Point breached to begin with? How could our glorious system have come under attack from such chaos? No, these doubts are poison, the sign of a disordered mind. To believe the Protectorate could be better than it is would only be admitting its imperfection. Clearly, I am the one in error, failing to understand the paradigm's grand design. If only I had Montelli's clarity. He has remained a bulwark in these perilous times. I should be so fortunate to live up to his example. Montelli. Montelli is under a great deal of pressure. That much is obvious. I've known Umberto a long time, and I have never seen him so persistently agitated, so changed. Far be it from me to question my decorated superior and friend, but I cannot help wondering what has him so surly of late. I suspect he is being asked to do things against his conscience. But what are these demands, and who are they coming from? Perhaps I will take this up with him during my next rotation at the Vox. Oh shit. Cloth, coagulate mushroom, okay. Thought I already did that. Bypass shunt, signing, yeah. Nicotine.
you have entered a recreant locality. Records say as follows. Inhabitants are declared treasonous due to deficiency, independence, seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity. Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Everything, literally everything I own is underwater. What do you mean? Everything we have belongs to the Sovereign. We own nothing. But surely the Protectorate will provide anything you need.
Of course they will. Doubt is a tool of the enemy.
Out of balance. Individualism ran rampant.
Huh.
Depletion
Well,
of resources and
at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
terrible suffering. Poor tears.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile.
Yeah, he was very welcoming, in fact.
Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport.
Mech repair's mech repair, right?
I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same, if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which were a fair amount more complex. It's just... subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I'm happy to help the system abide any way I am able.
Speaking of Hogarth, what's your take on him? It'll stay between us.
I think he's bearing up admirably given recent events. Which, of course, are completely fine, and we are all in no way concerned about. The system being resilient and all. Hogarth's reliable as the Arcadian sun. I mean, I know it'll burn out in about 12 billion years and all, but considering our meager lifespan, that's plenty dependable enough for me. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides.
Just like the dude. Tell me, is it hard to keep this place running?
Much to do, truly. Toughest challenge now is upkeep of key apparatus. If that generator goes, for instance, doubt I have means to fix it. We lose power to charge our mechs, this place is done for. Final nail in the coffin, or similarly minded metaphor of your choosing. Not that the paradigm would allow that, of course.
Of course. And what are your thoughts on the other residents of Westport?
Curativist Row is a fine sort. Pillar of our community. Might impatient, sure, but with how busy she is, we'd all do well to respect her time. Watch out for that wine-trot fellow. Talk your ear off if you let him. Kinda lonesome, but doesn't let anybody near his place for some reason. Even before the flooding. Everybody else? Decent enough, I guess.
And what exactly is involved in reprogramming the automechs?
Well, mechs do all the heavy work for us in the Protectorate. Just like each of us, each type of mech has their assigned specialty. Takes a little doing, but you can readjust them. The combat mech can be reconfigured to oversee comestible distribution, for instance. Or mine or harvest crops. All you need is the know-how to retool their subroutines. And the right parts. Plenty of parts. Granted, reprogrammed mechs are never as efficient as those specially made for a role, but they get by, eventually. After a fashion.
All right, well, hey, thanks for the information there, Mr. Pinkney.
Outsider.
That's not my name, but okay.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor
Ready to wait. What's your command?
Well, Oh, my command is waste them, for God's sake. Who the hell's shooting at me? Oh, I got hit. Here's we have some more of those things coming.
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies.
Cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot.
Engaging hostile life forms.
Son of a bitch, just pushed me in the water and killed me. Where's it going to put me?
Ready to wait. On your command.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprag race. Just didn't account for all these crabbles. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hunt the crabble skedaddle, or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Still can't get over the fact that I can't swim. Boom, right through the eyeball. Holy shit, look at all this. Hit the mother load. What's this? Plus toxicity crash threshold. Enter password. Enter passcode already left written in. Go, go, go getter. Hidden ambitions. Were it but offered, I would revel in the life of minor functionary within middle administration. But such is not my lot under the Protectorate. Once one is delegated to a post, there they must remain. What is a person with ambitions meant to do here, I ask, besides wallow in obscurity? I oftentimes wonder how I might fare within Auntie's Choice freewheeling meritocratic society, though to even consider such thoughts is to court swift rendition to a mental refreshment center. Paths of uncertainty. As unheard of as it sounds, I have been reassigned by Vigilant Hogarth. He has tasked me to raise the spirits of my fellow subjects by reciting inspirational words from the Sovereign. A great honor, to be sure, but I worry. If my mind ever begins to wander, will I start singing the spirited product jingles of our commercialist rivals? Yet, I must hold firm, as such doubts are contrary to the true go-getter I know myself to be. Forbidden fruit taste. Admin Chatterjee indicated that my recent conduct was a profound disappointment to all Protectorate society, as the frequency of my washroom visits has increased by 5.6%, and my manner has become jittery and fretful. I dared not admit the reason, how I feel impelled to devour Auntie Choice's Purpleberry Crunch at every opportunity. I nodded, accepting 6 demerits and an extra work hour to offset my loss in output, my thoughts already turning to my sweet, prohibited indulgence. Serial thriller. Despite how thrilling I find this, Red Cloak Serial, it has left my days and nights full of worry and doubt. Like all who tune in, I cheer at the exploits of the lone righteous sentinel as she nabs hidden sympathizers intent on undermining our Protectorate. But, as the miscreants are shipped off for mental refreshment, I wonder, what would Red Cloak think of my Purpleberry Crunch consumption? Of my enthrallment with its advertisements? I fear I know the answer. It's all about that loot, Was that a Hitler cap? I'm not wearing that. Wait, what's this spacer outfit? Armor's not good. I definitely need better armor, I think. Science Adventures Quarterly, Volume 1 of 10, a fiction periodical chronicling the exploits of Earth Directorate agents Commander Zane and her sidekick, Buddy. A label inside the cover reads, SAQ, Volume 1 of 10, from the Library of Redactor Quesnel, Ministry of Accuracy. garage. Where am I going to get lockpicks? Daily Journal of Good Neighbor Emily Woodham, first entry of 2359. Yet another perfectly perfect day. A duly kept journal for later reminiscence and routine sentinel review, first entry of 2359. 0700 hours. Awoke to a new and brilliant day of abundance with thanks to vigilant Hogarth and our benevolent sovereign. 0730 hours. Consumed prestige regal tarts nourishingly delicious. 1002 hours. Spotted aircraft streaking across the sky. One appears to have landed on the east side of Westport. How curious. 1006 hours. We have guests. 4 out-of-towners in strange uniforms trampling through the flower bed. They hurried away before I could invite them in for tea. 1017 hours. Many more out-of-towners now. They take umbrage with our automechanicals, inflicting heavy damage, perhaps in preparation to replace them with even more wonderful models. 1046 hours. Out-of-towners are at my door requesting entry. My, they are insistent. 1047 hours. Strangers will not leave. Their words confound me. Claim they were chosen by someone's aunt to share unbridled consumerism. We'll need to confirm spelling, perhaps ask vigilant Hogarth. Oh my, they're forcing open the door. I don't know, team. What do you think? I think it's been a pretty long day. Why don't we, we'll just spend the night in here. We have a bunk bed. You can have whatever. You know what? No, I'm getting the top. You get the bottom. And you, Valerie, can, you know, do whatever it is that you do. All right, that's going to do it for part 2 of the playthrough for The Outer Worlds 2. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 3.